Like it or not, Schoolies Week has become an institution. The annual celebration started in the 1970s as motley collections of school leavers headed to Queensland's Gold Coast.
Schoolies, a famous 3-week graduation festival that is observed every year in Australia. Thousands of students that just finished their final exams come together to celebrate their achievement of this significant milestone in their life. There are a few locations for this festival. Gold Coast is the most desired destination. This is the time when Surfer's Paradise turns into a Schoolies Paradise. If you held yourself back for 12 years and were focusing on your studies, this is the time when you unleash the beast and prove your mates that you know how to party hard. And although the current Year 12s may miss out on Schoolies this year because of coronavirus, I want to investigate one interesting phenomenon that I observed in the past few years. Everyone who's been there can tell you it's not a place for peaceful meditation or self-control. But hold on. Who are these guys? What are they doing there? Are they monks who are supposed to be meditating in some way in a monastery and observing celibacy? What's going on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the YouTube night show I'm Real. Tonight's episode is gonna be special. I was very confused to see that monks were also partying hard at Schoolies. Isn't it just weird? So I decided to find out what's going on. And the best way to do it is to directly speak to them. In fact, I have a contact of one of these monks, who I will be interviewing today. His name is Savya. Let's see if he can satisfy our curiosity. Hello Savya, can you hear me well?
I can hear you, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Okay, so all I know about you is that you are a monk and you are part of that group that goes to Schoolies every year. To be honest, it's sweet to see a monk in 2020. So can you first tell me about yourself? Where are you from? Who are you?
Okay, I'm Savya Das. I'm from South Africa. I'm mainly based in Johannesburg, and I do some travel here and there.
Africa, wow. I find African people to be the coolest, seriously. You guys are so chilled and you have all these groovy dance moves. But anyway, where are you at the moment?
I'm currently in Bali in Indonesia. I think in Africa there's something is in the water.
I see. Bali, are you stuck in Bali because of the lockdown or what's happening?
Yeah. I came from India to Bali, and then while I was here, then the whole coronavirus thing kicked in and airports were shut down and my flights were cancelled. So I ended up staying in Bali.
Wonderful. How old are you?
My body is 38. I'll be 39 this year. So, TikTok.
38. You don't look like 38, to be honest. When did you become a monk?
I became a monk when? 2002. 2002. So it's been a while. But it goes so quickly.
So what does it mean to be a monk? Do you have to follow some special rules like observing celibacy or keeping silent?
Yes, there's a few rules that are meant to kind of get your internals in the right place, give you focus. Like we don't gamble, we don't have any intoxicants, no weed, no alcohol, no sex, of course, for monks, celibacy, and we also don't sleep too much. We wake up early to do meditation.
Waking up early, that's good. That's what I've been trying to do lately. But hold on, you said no sex, like at all?
Yeah. No sex at all. It's like take an early retirement.
Oh, that's crazy, man. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I know. If you had asked me before I was a monk that what about becoming celibate, I would have thought you're crazy.
You crazy?
But it has its benefits in that we're looking for pleasure, and then so sexual pleasure is the best that this body offers. But then when you want some spiritual happiness, then you have to slow down, regulate, or stop trying to indulge in sex pleasure.
Yeah, I totally agree. But how relevant can this be to my generation? I know you're 38, turning 39 soon, but like, what would someone like me or any other young person in their late teens or early 20s would ever consider becoming a monk and give up sex? That's the best part of life. I mean, that's like saying no to an ice cream on a hot summer day.
I feel you, but then when you're young, that's when you have the best quality of body, mind. And there are things that help preserve that good quality of mind, intellect, and body. So the lifestyle of a monk promotes healthy living, it promotes study of wisdom. So it creates vitality for someone. It helps you with developing good memory. Also, you are situating yourself in a lifestyle of trying to give to others. So there's a great fulfillment in being of service to others and giving.
Interesting. So I assume that you come from religious background to become interested in this type of lifestyle. You must have been a well-behaved boy and none of this party girlfriend business was interesting you. Is it right to assume?
No. And I had put in my fair share of mischief.
Oh,
I never thought I'd really turn out in this way. But there was some religiosity in my family. But personally, as a young man, I was just all over town.
so you experienced what the young people experience usually in their teens? Like going out and...
Yeah. I was going out, I was getting high, getting drunk, spending time with girls, the whole lot. But it helped me to realize that all these avenues for happiness, they have their limitations. And so now being a monk, I don't feel like there's really something I'm missing, or even if my mind presents that, I can always go back into my archives and remember what it was actually like trying to really enjoy one's youth in those ways. Now I can see that this one is a little, much more better quality of happiness.
So you think you found something better, like a better substitution, or do you just have to suppress all of these desires?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm enjoying like anything. My whole thing in life was to enjoy. So when I heard this philosophy and I understood the lifestyle, I could understand that this is a better way of enjoying because there's laws in this world. So there's legal ways of enjoying and there's illegal ways in the laws of the universe and the laws of God. So I tried to come on the legal side and so you don't get the bad karma. It's clean fun, clean happiness.
That's a very interesting take on something that I have never thought of. I see how this can be relevant even now in this time, but because many people they had a chance to pause, now they have some time to think about meaning of life, like why we are here, what's the purpose, and all other weird questions that we normally wouldn't ask ourselves. So I'm speaking about the coronavirus, this current situation that we are in.
A lot of pause.
So firstly, how do you see this current situation? Do you see it as a pure challenge, or do you see maybe some opportunities for the personal growth? And is it the worst time of our life?
I see this as a wonderful opportunity to just take stock of our lives, you know. We've been really made to stop and think, what am I doing with my life? Where is the river of my life flowing to? We are getting a chance to evaluate what's really important in life. And is there another way of living besides like the regular pattern we're used to of, you know, going to work, going to school, and just how we've been living previously. So there's an opportunity to see one's inner needs. So I think it's a wonderful time. Of course, it's a great challenge because our world is built on, you know, an economic system where business as usual helps us to continue our lifestyles. So that challenge is there. But I think if we take good wisdom on board, then we'll come out stronger, better humans after this cloud is over.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at this situation. And would you say this is the worst that we could experience? Is this kind of, because many people say it's very stressful and very fearful situation to find ourselves in, but I feel myself that there could be even worse times than that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a law of karma. I'm not sure if you know it, but I think you do. It's a common thing. Every action has a reaction. And so there's a situation of what's called collective karma. So everyone on the planet has been living and acting in different ways where, you know, worse situation was that it could have been some big war and, you know, nuclear weapons used and all that stuff. And that would have been more worse. But it seems somehow just some virus has created a common enemy and created a unity amongst humanity to tackle a virus instead of nations grouping together to fight each other and actually destroy the whole planet. So things could be worse. I think we just were given a break. We got a token reaction.
Okay, what would be your personal advice on what to do in this situation? Can some sort of mindful meditation be useful to cope with stress and anxiety? I'm asking this on behalf of my fellow students who are experiencing a lot of stress at the moment. So what would you recommend?
Yeah, stress is caused by what we're meditating on. So if we're thinking of all the problems that are there in the world, because, you know, the news outlets, they're always reporting, you know, how many numbers dead, how many infected, fake news, is real news, presidents, starvation. So when we think about these things or meditate on them, they create stress and anxiety. So to counter that, we have to pick up some spiritual literature. We have to read something of a higher quality. We have to do meditation as in think of a subject matter that is above the world of anxiety. So that leads to spiritual subject matter. It's time to pick up some habits, chant some mantras. You can also online get on and listen to spiritual speakers. As a Hare Krishna monk, I'd say definitely it's the time to make an experiment with chanting Hare Krishna. It's a very powerful, easy type of meditation that you can do. It's fun. And make the experiment, see how you feel.
Yeah, I like your point about experimenting with mindful meditation. Of course, there are so many different techniques, different types of mindful meditation that people are practicing these days. And it's hard to say which one is good, which one is bad. But what we call now a mindful meditation has a background, has a historical base in some tradition. And why would you say this mantra that you're chanting, the Hare Krishna mantra, is the right one? Because there are so many. Why do you find it why would you say it's the most effective?
Yeah. The spiritual supermarket is like full of so many goods. I would say, if you want to see the legitimacy of this mantra, then you have to look at the tradition in which it comes. So in this Vedic tradition, there is scriptures or literature that has been passed on for thousands of years. So there's two groups of knowledge. There's the Upanishads and there's also the Puranas. So in this culture of Hare Krishna, you find that the essence of the Puranas is called Bhagavad Purana, so Srimad Bhagavatam. And then the essence of the Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita. And so this culture is based on this solid foundation of these two scriptures, and then thousands of years of teachers and disciples have been practicing and getting the result of peace of mind, focus, happiness, and even, ecstatic love of God is what the heart wants. So you have to check also the people who are practicing, see how their lives have improved or not. And the best way is that I can tell you the whole day that this piece of cake tastes amazing, but as soon as you put the cake in your own mouth, then you'll know how it tastes. So in the same way, you may feel, I'm a Hare Krishna, so that's why I'm saying Hare Krishna mantra is very nice. But then you make your own experiment. You chant it and really try to focus, and I'm sure your own experience will speak for itself. So basically, there's a tradition, and there's scriptures, and then there's persons who are experiencing it, and you can be one of them.
I'll surely try it out. Is this some religious tradition? Do I have to believe in God? Because many people, of course, they're practicing or atheism. And do you have to have that faith in God to find, to see an effect? Or is it open for everyone? And what to do if you are Christian or Muslim? Can you still practice that type of meditation that you're proposing?
Yes, everyone is welcome. Faith or no faith, whatever philosophy you subscribe to. Because this is like a spiritual science. It is something like fire will burn everyone. The fire doesn't discriminate what's your philosophical bent, what's your faith, because by nature fire burns. So in the same way, mantra, by its very nature, it purifies and cleanses and uplifts. So any person who vibrates this sound of Hare Krishna mantra and hears it, the mantra by its nature begins to uplift that person from the platform of anxiety, stress, and allows the person to experience themselves as the soul. So, of course, behind the mantra, then there is encyclopedic knowledge of why it works the way it works. But your own experience will speak for itself. So everyone's welcome.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for that explanation. Now, I want to know, how did you end up in Schoolies? Firstly, you're 39 years old, almost. Secondly, you're a monk and you're not supposed to party. Isn't it against your belief that life should be calm and peaceful?
Thank you for that question. Schoolies, I really love Schoolies. You see why I ended up there? I have a friend of mine who's Australian. He's a monk also. So, he thought it would be a good idea to go party with the kids. They're celebrating, leaving school. And we are completely for being happy.
Have a good time. Enjoy life. It's life is too short to get bogged down, to be discouraged, or you have to keep moving. You have to keep going. Put one foot in front of the other, smile, and just keep on rolling.
And this chanting is a festival type of experience. But then we're saying there's a difference between material happiness, which is like an imposition. You put alcohol, you put some drugs in there, and you create some euphoria. And then when that wears out, you're in a worse off situation of suffering. You've lost some items. Sometimes people get victimized. So we go there where people are looking for happiness, and we provide an alternative. We give them a chance to directly experience the potency, the power of chanting Hare Krishna. And then they can compare, because they're intelligent people. They can see, okay, I chanted Hare Krishna. I didn't have to pay money. I danced like anything. I was so happy. I felt so connected. And then it allows them a chance to choose that maybe let me find out more about a different type of happiness. So monks, there's that idea that's calm, shanti, shanti, as they say, like, we think of Buddha sitting in deep meditation. But we have also this understanding that the most peaceful place to be is to be on the spiritual platform. So wherever we are in the sound vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra, we are uplifted to the spiritual platform. So although externally it's all loud and dancing and playing instruments and singing, but we've actually tapping into the ocean of peace and calm and inner joy. So happiness is also available spiritually. You can dance and sing. These are not the properties of only the nightclubs and DJs and alcohol. Even monks can tap into that. You can also.
Wow, I didn't expect that. So it's sort of a way to show that monks can also party and have fun.
Yeah. That's why I was saying to you that I became a monk because I wanted to enjoy the best. So I'm finding that, I'm enjoying so much without the illegal bad karma.
And do you guys do it every year, the Schoolies?
Yes. We go there to the Gold Coast 1 year, maybe 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks sometimes. So we have a plan to come this year. So depending on what the governments say with regards to this coronavirus and how people are meant to gather, we'll see. But we already have some initial plans to go this year also.
Well, I hope you can come, because I feel like the kids really need it. Or I can't really call them the kids now, because they're already finishing the schools, going into the life, going to experience things.
No, I was just thinking that most of the people in the world, we remain kids even when we are called adults, So, yeah. We're always kids, yeah.
Yeah. At least even for our parents, we are always kids. Yeah, what else do you do besides this kind of chanting and dancing on the streets? I've heard you travel around the world every year, giving various talks on spirituality.
Yes, this is what I do. I'm mainly traveling, say, 4 to 5 months of the year to different parts of the world. So I'm based in Africa, so I go to different parts of East Africa. And also I go to Europe. I come down to Australasia, to North America, South America. I speak and teach from the Vedic literature, the Vedic scriptures. Like I mentioned, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are the books that contain the science of happiness, the science of living a life that is not only productive materially, but also productive on the level of consciousness, making your consciousness free from being pulled down by material energy. So this is what I do. I get invitations from different parts of the world where we have temples, and I go and give talks, seminars.
Cool. So how old are these scriptures that you're talking about?
The culture itself was an oral culture, and then about 5,000 years ago, then the books have been written down. So you could say about 5,000 years, but then within the books themselves, they discuss even into millions of years.
And so can you actually read in the book that you can go out and party on the streets? Is this what recommended in the book?
In the book, it's recommended that in this age we're in, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, or the age of iron. So the prime way of bringing about peace and happiness is something called Harinam Sankirtan. Harinam, Nam means name, almost similar to English. Hari is a name addressing the Supreme Person, Krishna, to be that person who removes the suffering, the miseries of those who are devoted. So then we are tasked to go to every town and village to spread this sound vibration using drums and cymbals and trumpets. And so it's a culture which is promoting festivals every day. So in the books, we're encouraged to do it. Yeah, it's the most powerful way to bring about self-realization and happiness in this age of quarrel.
Interesting. I've also heard that you are managing Bhakti Yoga Society in your hometown.
Oh yes.
Can you tell us about it?
It's a very dear project to my heart. I'm mainly based at the University of Witwatersrand. For short, it's called WITS University, WITS University. There we sign up every year between 100 to 300 kids. We offer them Hatha Yoga, mantra meditation, the philosophy of yoga, kirtan, and we also promote vegetarian and vegan lifestyle of eating. So there, we're always busy Monday to Friday. We've got students that help manage the running of the society. I lecture there, I play music and do chanting with them. And it's a wonderful part of my calendar when I'm at the university.
Amazing. And how do young people react to your activities?
Most of the time, they're so, it's amazing for them to meet a monk. Especially, oh, you're an African, you're a monk. And then they have so many ideas of what monks are from what they see on television. And so to meet one and you can talk to them, they smile, they laugh, they understand life for young people. And so they like us. Actually, our room, people call it like an oasis or the sanctuary. They come there and they forget about the university. And most of them, once they are there, they're always saying, like, what do you guys have in this room? Every time I'm here, I don't want to leave. So they are feeling that it's like a different vibration, completely apart from what the university is offering. And so they appreciate our presence there.
Amazing. So my second last question is, I'm stuck at home. I'm like everyone else. I want to try out what you guys do, this mantra meditation that you've been talking about. Do you have to be in a specific place to do that? Do I have to go to the forest, or can I practice it at home? And also, is there a specific time for this meditation that I have to choose?
Oh, this is the best time for you because you're at home, you know, not too many distractions, at least from the outside world. So you can always just get up early in the morning and put the phone aside. And if you have already access to some meditation beads, you can do it. Otherwise, you just sit as comfortable as possible. Try to take deep breaths and calm your mind down. And then do the practice of chanting the mantra. You know, try to chant from the heart. You know, it is said how the soul, we are like in the region of the heart. So try to hear this mantra as deeply as possible from the heart. And do 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And just try to see how your heart, your mind is feeling, what's the different vibration after you chant. And you recognize that the chanting impacts you in a very positive and wonderful way. So morning times are always the best, but any time of the day, one can chant. The louder you can chant, then the better you are, because then the mind's chatter is overcome by the sound of the chanting. Otherwise, being home is not a disadvantage. It's okay. You can practice from there. In fact, I would say take it up as a challenge and try it out. And you can tell me, you know, what has happened after a week or two.
Sure, sure. And what do I chant? What's the mantra?
Very easy. It's 3 main words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. So it goes like this: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just repeat. It's like a nursery school rhyme. Very easy, but very powerful and effective. Hare Krishna. From the heart, you try to chant in here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simple.
Okay, I definitely accept the challenge.
I accept your challenge.
You've been doing it for how many years? You said you started practicing in 2002, so it's been about 18 years?
18 years, yeah. I'm about to be an adult.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing this with us, Savya. My last question: if you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
Oh, if I had $1 million, I'd set up a nice studio and get like some young people to produce volumes and volumes of videos that explain how people can become happier, different techniques for happiness. And I would make sure that we're broadcasting 24 hours. Certain channels are showing the Maha Mantra and this philosophy. People can call in and ask questions. I'd make sure that we are always giving out our wonderful vegetarian food for people to access, recipes. So I'd like to establish something that can reach the whole world from a single location. So some facility to broadcast our message and our gifts. We've received something nice, and it'd be nice to share it with others. And with that, somewhere in that million, I'd have to buy like a lifetime around the world ticket so I can visit the different temples and communities and share with them what I have, and share and get what they have around the world, so I can give some more to others. Yeah.
You're a beautiful, big heart. Thank you for being honest with us. It was a pleasure. talking to you. Please stay safe, and I hope next time we can meet and talk face to face. Thank you.
All right, no, cool. It was nice talking to you also. Felt like you're right there. Take care. Hare Krishna.
If you enjoyed watching this interview and want to hear more, please go and check out Savya's channel, Savya The Monk. You can find many answers to some of your deep questions. Also, subscribe to my channel I'm Real, as more exciting interviews are coming soon. If you have any other questions that you want to ask Savya or our next speaker, please write them in the comments below. That's it for now, and I'll see you soon.